download our Revise It Right revision app for hundreds of videos, quizzes, exam questions, tutor support and so much more. This video is about the particle model and motions in gases. Now everything is made up of particles. There are three states of matter and they are solid, liquid and gases, and they all have different properties due to the arrangement and movement of their particles. So first I'm going to draw our solids and they look like this. Now in solids the particles are held tightly together. So the particles are held tightly together by strong forces. The particles vibrate around a fixed point. So the particles are not completely still, they vibrate around their fixed positions. Solids have a definite shape and a definite volume. And they are very dense, as you can see here. And watch our previous video on density to understand what that means. And because they're dense, they cannot be easily compressed. Because the particles are already packed closely together. Solids have the least amount of energy. Out of solid, liquids and gases, solids have the least amount of energy. So now I'm going to go on to draw our liquid, and that looks a bit more like this. Okay, now in a liquid, or liquids as we know, can flow. And that's because the particles can move past each other. The particles are still held together by strong forces. Liquids are dense, so again they cannot be easily compressed. A liquid can change its shape, but not volume. And we can see this when we're pouring in water into different containers. When we pour it into a pan, it will take the shape of the pan. But when we pour it into a bottle, it will take the shape of a bottle. Now the final state of matter we're going to look at is our gas. And they look like this. Now in terms of our gas, there are only weak forces between the particles. And they are far apart. Now because they're far apart, gases can be compressed. So they have no fixed volume. The particles move around quickly at a range of speeds. They cause pressure when they collide with the walls of a container. And we're going to talk about that in a second. They have low density. And they do not have a definite shape or volume. They have the most amount of energy. So our solids have the least, then it's liquid, and then the most is gas. As you heat a gas, the particles move more quickly, and we'll come to that in a second. Energy is stored inside a system by the particles that make up that system. This is called internal energy. Internal energy is the total kinetic energy and potential energy of all the particles that make up a system, and we'll get to that in a future video. Remember to download our Revise It Right revision app, watch over 700 videos, answer 4,000 plus quiz questions, over 1,000 flashcards, 1,000 exam questions, worksheets, forums, and get help from qualified teachers, and so much more. The link is in the description. What I'd now like you to do is have a go at answering these questions here, and then we'll run through the answers together. So pause the video now. Okay, let's run through the answers then. So question 1. These diagrams show how the particles are arranged in the 3 states of matter. Which one shows the arrangement of a solid? Well, that would be Y. Which one of the diagrams show the arrangement of particles in a liquid? That would be Z. And which one of the diagrams shows the arrangement of particles in a gas? That would be X. Which states of matter can be compressed? Well, that is a gas, this one here. Which one has no fixed volume? Which one takes up the shape of its container? That would be a liquid, which is this one here. Which one has no fixed volume? Well, that's a gas. Which one has no fixed shape? For that you could have written a gas or a liquid. Which one has the lowest density? Well, that is our gas, as we can see here. And which one causes pressure? Again, that would be the gas, when it's exerting its force on the walls of the container. Explain in terms of the particles why gases are easy to compress. While particles are far apart, i.e. they're less dense, there's a very weak force of attraction and hence free space for them to move into and no forces to be overcome, and therefore gases can be easily compressed. We have now learnt about the particle model and motion in gases. You can now answer quiz questions on this and go through exam questions to really test your knowledge. If there's anything you didn't quite understand, then please do get into contact with one of our tutors who will be happy to help.